NBA superstars before fame. Before they were world-class athletes, and before they were famous, every player was once a child. Before they became NBA superstars, and before they cemented their status as some of the best players in NBA history, these kids were also dreaming about making it to the NBA one day. In fact, events during the childhoods of many of the best ever usually helped shape the strong, courageous players we see today. But what is the story from these megastar childhoods? Today we'll be taking a look at NBA superstars before they were famous and during their childhoods. Before we get into it, don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on post notifications. Number 1. Stephen Curry. Steph Curry had a childhood unlike many other children turned NBA superstars, as Curry was pretty much born with a basketball in his hands and the game surrounding him everywhere. Born in Akron, Ohio, Stephen's birth coincided with his father Del Curry's second season in the league, when he played for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But Steph grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina, where his dad spent most of his playing career as a member of the Charlotte Hornets. Del took Steph and his other son, Seth, to shoot around before and after Hornets games, and the two brothers spent countless hours playing heated basketball one-on-ones in their Charlotte backyard court. By the time Curry was in middle school, his family briefly relocated to Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where Del finished the last 3 seasons of his NBA career as a member of the Toronto Raptors. As a middle schooler, Steph lit it up in the Toronto youth basketball scene. He led his middle school team to an undefeated season and also joined a club team that played across Ontario. He helped them finish with a 33-4 record and won the provincial championship. During his stint in Canada, Curry faced future NBA players like Corey Joseph and Kelly Olynyk. After his father's retirement, they moved back to Charlotte, and Steph joined Charlotte Christian High School. There, Curry earned all-conference and all-state honors, while leading his team to 3 state playoff appearances and 3 conference titles. Still, he wasn't heavily recruited at all because of his slim body and weak appearance. But the little kid went on to become a 3-time champion and 2-time league MVP, including the only unanimous MVP in NBA history. Number 2. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq was born in 1972 in Newark, New Jersey. His father, Joe Toney, was an all-state guard as a high school basketball player and was offered a scholarship to play at Seton Hall. Opposite to what you might be thinking right now, Shaq didn't become one of the best players ever by learning from his father. Toney struggled with drug addiction and was jailed due to drug possession while O'Neal was a kid. After being released, his father did not resume a place in Shaq's life and instead relinquished his parental rights to Philip A. Harrison, his stepfather. O'Neal said the Boys and Girls Club of America in Newark always provided him a safe place to play and especially to keep him off the streets, for which he's deeply grateful. He didn't play in any teams up to that point, but he went over there to just shoot around and it gave him something to do. The family moved from Newark due to O'Neal's stepfather's profession, as he served as an Army sergeant. Harrison, his stepfather, was sent to a military base in Texas, after which Shaq enrolled in Robert G. Cole High School in San Antonio. O'Neal was a dominant force there, leading his team to a 68-1 record over 2 seasons and helping his team win the state championships in his senior year of high school. A great story from his early days is Shaq used to get compared to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for how good he was at post-hook shots. This inspired him to wear Kareem's number 33 jersey, but his high school unfortunately didn't have a 33 jersey, so he chose 32 instead. He continued wearing 32 until signing with the LA Lakers, when he switched to 34 because, well, 32 was Magic Johnson's retired jersey. O'Neal ultimately wore number 33 in his lone season with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He got his wish a bit too late, as he was already past his prime, but the path of dominance he left behind is one of the most impressive we've ever seen. Number 3. Michael Jordan. This year's documentary series, The Last Dance, gave fans an amazing and closer look at the Chicago Bulls' 1998 season, but also a look into the lives of the most relevant members of the team before they got the Bulls' second three-peat. Thanks to that, we got to know how life before NBA fame was for his airness. Michael Jordan was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1963, and his family moved to Wilmington, North Carolina when he was about 5. During his childhood, Jordan's parents made sure to keep him busy and off the streets. As they were working for most of the day, their way of keeping Jordan busy was through sports. MJ played multiple sports, including basketball, football, and baseball. He was never a standout prospect before high school by any means. And, as a story you may have heard before goes, Jordan was even cut from his high school's varsity basketball team in his sophomore season. As we mentioned at the beginning of the video, some childhood events helped shape the legends that made their mark in history. And this is one of the best examples of it. Jordan wasn't born with any outstanding qualities. He just decided he would outwork everybody else, including himself, every other day. It didn't take MJ long to get where he wanted to be, as he made the team the next season and averaged 20-plus points per game. Then in his senior season, he averaged a triple-double and led Laney High School to a 19-4 record, while also earning McDonald's All-American honors. That's why knowing what an NBA star went through in his younger days makes it so much easier to understand how they became as good as they did. Number 4, LeBron James. LeBron James was born in Akron, Ohio, on the second to last day of the year in 1984. Coincidentally, James was born in the exact same hospital as one of his biggest on-court rivals, Steph Curry, about 4 years prior. Gloria James, his mother, gave birth at a very young age, 16 to be exact, and struggled a lot due to the absence of LeBron's father. Anthony McClellan had an extensive criminal record and wasn't interested in being a part of his son's or former girlfriend's lives. That had Gloria continuously trying to find a steady workplace to support herself and her son. And as LeBron James put it, the family was struggling so much they had to move houses as many as 6 times in 1 year. As an 8-year-old, LeBron missed 100 out of 162 days of school, and once said that back then he saw everything. Drugs, guns, killings, literally everything. By the time he was 9, Gloria allowed LeBron to move in with the family of Frank Walker, his football head coach, which proved to be the turning point in the young king's life. Walker also introduced James to basketball, where he saw some long-term potential in the kid, but never thought one day he'd become one of the greatest to ever do it. By the time he turned 13, LeBron was already 6 foot and started turning heads with his amazing basketball play. LeBron and his friends traveled around playing elite middle school basketball, and the group named themselves the Fab Four, and made a promise to each other that they'd all go to the same high school together. They kept their promises good, but in a move that generated controversy, they decided to attend St. Vincent St. Mary High School, which was a private Catholic school that had predominantly white students. From there on, James' legend grew from local to a national phenom. James was one of the last few players who benefited from the league allowing prospects to enter the NBA draft pool straight out of high school, and today has cemented himself as one of the 2 best players in NBA history. Number 5, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was born in Philadelphia on 1978. He was the son of former NBA player Joe Bryant and nephew of John Chubby Cox, both of whom were drafted in the mid-70s and played in the NBA through the early 80s. Kobe first started playing basketball at the age of 3 under family influence, and the Los Angeles Lakers became his favorite team. When Kobe was just 6, his family moved to Italy after his father retired from the NBA to continue playing professionally overseas, albeit at a lower level. While living in Reggio Emilia, Italy, Kobe started playing organized basketball and fell in love with the game. While in Italy, Bryant's grandfather would send him videos of NBA games via mail, so Kobe could watch and study the tapes. During summertime, Bryant went back to the United States to play in Basketball Summer League. The family moved back to Philadelphia permanently after Bryant turned 13 years old, and the young Mamba would light it up in the youth Philadelphia basketball circles. He started gaining national recognition by the time he started attending Lower Merion High School in Ardmore, and actually became the first freshman in decades to be a starter for the varsity team. The team found little success in that first season, going 4-20, but Kobe helped the squad turn things around in the following 3 years, leading them to a 77-13 record and becoming a high school hero in the process. Bryant won multiple awards in high school, and shortly after became only the 6th player ever to jump to the NBA straight from high school. Number 6, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's childhood story is one of the most inspiring out of the NBA players, as he went through one of the roughest childhood experiences any kid could ever face. Butler was born in Tomball, Texas in 1989. As an infant, Butler's father abandoned his family, leading to a very rough life for them all, since Jimmy recalls having any memory. After 13 years old, his mother kicked him out of the house, saying he didn't like the looks of Butler. It was around this time when Jimmy quit football and started practicing basketball. Thankfully for him, his immense desire to succeed helped him improve and at a rather quick pace. After being kicked out of his home, Jimmy then spent the rest of middle school and his first 3 years of high school couch hopping from one friend's house to another, until the summer before his senior year. That's when he met future NFL wide receiver Jordan Leslie, and both became great friends. This event proved to be the turning point in his life. Leslie's family adopted Butler and welcomed him in with open arms as another member of the family. This new loving and caring family helped Jimmy blossom. It didn't take long after he enrolled in Tyler Junior College for him to get noticed by Marquette head coach Buzz Williams, who decided to give Butler a scholarship. Under Williams' tutelage, Jimmy improved every single day and continues to do so today. Butler's one of the biggest inspirations for anybody who believes they can't overcome seemingly impossible situations from early on in their lives. And these were NBA superstars before fame. Which childhood story was your favorite? Which other players have powerful stories before becoming famous? Make sure to comment below. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on some post notifications to watch more amazing NBA content as soon as it drops. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you for the next one.